Hello everyone and welcome or welcome back to my island Bean. So we're technically on day 15, or we've just finished our 14-day challenge. If this is your first time seeing this island, this is Bean, my Normcore island that I built in 14 days. There was only a couple of rules for this island. We weren't allowed to use custom codes, we weren't allowed to terraform unless I was trying to fit in an incline or a bridge, and I had to have 5 stars by the end of it. And if you wanted to watch yesterday's video, we did get the 5 stars, so amazing, go us. But today I'm here to do the final walkthrough, the final tour. It is finally time. It's been an odd 14 days, that's for sure, but anyway, let's get to it. So first of all, I thought I'd leave my flag as a normal flag, as the flag it was, just because I'm not great at making custom codes, so I didn't want to make a flag, and I left it as it was because I feel like loads of us back when this game came out in 2020, we left our flags like this. Also, I guess I should explain what Normcore is. Normcore is basically just the way we used to build in 2020. You know, the idea of having the in-game paths everywhere and these little areas and such. You'll see as we walk around, it's very precious, very nostalgic, especially if you played the game when it came out. So let's get to it. Let me show you the map. So here is the map of my island Bean. I am going to set the dream address after this. I wanted to do the tour first and then set the dream address. So this is Bean. As you can see, the map is crazy. It looks so crazy and busy. This is my first time actually looking at the map like this fully done, and I love it. It looks so nostalgic. But for my villagers, I've gone with Bo, Molly, Marshall, Fauna, Dobie, Raymond, Teddy, Maple, Goldie, and Eric. I tried to go with some of the most popular villagers from back when this game came out, so hence why we have these little cuties. I don't know, my favorite here is probably, I don't really know. I don't really have a favorite. I like them all, but I guess if I have to choose just one, I'm gonna go with Marshall. I guess Marshall. Anyway, let's get exploring the island. So I just went with the blue airport because, to be honest, I just chose out of the first 4 maps that came up. I was like, okay, this one looks the easiest to build on. Chose that, and we got a blue airport, which is perfect because it feels like it's the original color, even though all of them are original colors, but you know what I mean. Dodo Airlines just screams blue to me, so it's perfect. But anyway, here's our entrance into Bean. It was very cute, very simple. I've got a little trash area here. Now, I did say that as we were walking around, I was definitely going to explain what I would change and maybe what I would do differently and what was my favorite things and what I'm going to take away from this island for my future islands. I love the spaciousness of this entrance. I feel like we all used to stick fountains outside that entrance. I mean, you might still do some of these things, which is absolutely amazing. I love that, but I just remember doing it myself. You used to have like these grand walkways to the resident services. Got a few little decorations, some garden benches, some topiaries. Also for the flowers on this island, I just went with white cosmos, white tulip, and yellow cosmos. The reason I went for those were because you can buy those from Nook's Cranny. Any of the hybrid flowers, I didn't want to use those because I was like, they were hard to breed, and I was using Treasure Islands, by the way, I was, but these flowers were the ones that you could just buy from the shop. Like, they were just easy to get. So that's why I wanted to use flowers like those. And I went with the yellow and the white just because I like them. I like these flowers. That's why I chose them. I'm not a big fan of red. Let's head to the left side. So I did attempt to decorate the beaches and they came out okay. They're pretty simple decorated beaches. We got like the beach chairs, the beach ball, a cooler, and further down we got some yachts. I struggle with beaches. It felt really difficult to decorate the beaches. I think I was just not in the right mind frame to do them, so it was very hard, especially when you're trying to do something in a time span. So I definitely struggled there, but I think they came out okay in the end. Now up on the land we have our museum, and this has got to be one of my favorite builds I did for this series. Look at this. We got the Stegosaurus outside, we got the fossils outside on display stands, little benches, just everything about this. I feel so nostalgic. I don't know why. I just love it. I love this so much. We got the little rope fencing in front of the dinosaur, little benches. It feels so spacious yet so compact at the same time. And like I said, I think this is one of my favorite areas I built on this island. So yeah, that says a lot, I guess. I did this little walkway here to the beach. and you can just come over here. There's some yoga mats. I'm realizing I didn't put any music on, but I might go around and put the New Horizons track on. You know, the one you get from KK Slider when you hit 3 stars. I might do that. I'm gonna go back down this way though, back down the pathway. Oh, we didn't stop to look at this. I've got a little music area. I would have liked to have put this closer to resident services, but I'd already built or already decided to build the things that I've already built around resident services, which we'll look at in just a second. But we had to have a music area on this island. We always assumed that the villagers would come here and sing in the mic or play the drums or guitar, and they never did. Like, very rarely did they do that. They always used to stand by the jukebox or whatever music player you have and just sing. They used to just sing here or do a little jig, but I had to do one because it was just something I used to do on my islands all the time. Now, heading to the right side, oh yes, the trash area, I also have a little villager house. This house belongs to sweet little Bo. He just has a yard. Nothing too crazy, just a cute little yard. And a little seating area here and an area where he's mowing the grass. As you can see, it's starting to overgrow. And he's got pancakes. Let's head on over down the beach though. I did a little surf shop and the little renting area. We popped in the little swim outfits and the wet shoes and the snorkels and the surfboards, and it just came out so good. But look, Goldie's here. Hi, Goldie. We could go this way, but that leads over the bridge. We'll go there in a second. I want to cover this whole middle part first. So you can actually wiggle on through past Bo's house and you get to our library cafe. Oh my goodness, this was such a cute build to do. This was another one of those builds that made me feel so nostalgic. Just the squared off areas with the outdoor book stands and the sofas, and Dobie loves it. Like, he's loving it. And this little cafe over here, everything about it was just cute. Like, I adore this. I adore this little part I did. Also, to fill in these gaps, we just chucked in some trees, bushes, and some benches. I feel like with Normcore, you're not supposed to overdo it too much because we had a lack of items. You know, we had to get all the materials ourselves. We had to order things, which was like 5 a day by ourselves because we didn't have the access to treasure islands. And that's what I wanted to try and recreate, that vibe. This little angled path actually leads to Bo's house and back to resident services. I thought it was cute. It's a cute little filler idea. Now, here we are back at the well, whereas we are, not well, the fountain. What am I talking about? And there's resident services. So we're gonna go this way now, and this leads us to a market. I really wanted to put a little market going down sideways like this on my island. I feel like we did this quite a lot with different areas. We'd have like little market sections. And I thought, what better place to put this than going up this path here next to my resident services. So this one sells books, this one sells flowers, and this one sells local jams. Right, and then heading over this side to the left, we have a gas station, which is right next to Nook's Cranny. So it's part of Nook's Cranny. It is the Nook's Cranny gas station. That's what it is. Also, we had to put this little sign outside because come on, who remembers sticking these outside their Nook's Cranny all the time? I'm pretty sure some of us probably still do it. But yes, here is Nook's Cranny. And then another one of my favorite areas just behind the museum is this fossil digging area. So you can come here, dig up fossils or maybe even some pots. I don't know, just dig up these things. I think this came out so cute. I remember having these small little areas on my island, especially next to museum. I was tempted to do gyroids, but I was like, we didn't get gyroids when this game came out. We didn't get gyroids until the 2.0 update. So I kind of just opted to not do anything with gyroids. But before we head to the left side, heading down here, I thought for a good filler idea, I put in some money trees. We all used to have money trees and we used to fence them off so that no one could come to our island and steal the bells. And look how cute they look. They're so adorable. By the way, if you're curious about how I have done any of these builds, I have just finished a 14-day challenge where I posted a video for 14 days, a new build for 14 days for this island, so go check it out. But back up here, we got the little tricycles next to Nook's Cranny in the little delivery area. I can't keep saying nostalgic, but it is. I remember doing this all the time. I still probably have most of the time a little delivery area next to my Nook's Cranny, but I miss putting tricycles outside. Look how adorable they look. One's for Timmy and one's for Tommy. And then onto my peninsula, which I didn't want to over decorate either. I just stuck a lighthouse, barrels, cruiser bike, and this thing, which I can't remember what it's called. I don't remember, but it's so fun. Look at it. Why didn't they make more stuff like this? Like, this is one top tier item. And then the little bench, of course. And then back here, I didn't really do too much because we didn't fill these gaps in all the time, did we? We just kind of put trees in and left them. Well, I think I did anyway. But nowadays I don't. I try to fill everything, which isn't always the best plan. Now back down this way behind resident services. Oh, I didn't put a tree in. The disgrace. Oh no. I'm going to have to stick a tree in here. Why am I moving this around so much? I'm going to have to get a tree and stick it in there. Oh dear gosh. Right, we will do that soon. Don't tell anyone. I think it might look better without the tree because it's going to block those. But don't tell anyone you saw me do that. Carrying on with the tour. So we have our little laundrette area here. We got an area where you can come and wash your clothes because that's what a laundrette is. And I've kind of joined it with the area next door as well, which we'll go to in just a second. But we got loads of lovely little washing machines, 2 different types here. A little bench for you to sit on. For you to sit on, and there we have the little clothes next to you, the little baskets, and you get a lovely view of over the river there. But anyway, let's go next door. Next door is connected kind of to Able Sisters. This is a little sewing area plus a little sewing shop where you can come here and get your clothes altered or repaired or just changed up. Maybe they need to freshen up, maybe they need to change, and so this is where you come. We have Sable and Label's seats. So Label sits here. No, it's not Label, it's Mabel. Mabel sits here and Sable sits here. So Sable does all the alterations and the sewing bits, and Mabel sits here and does all the selling and till work, because I feel like that's what they do inside Able Sisters anyway. But anyway, it's just a cute little area. I really like this, and yeah, it's just one of those areas that I feel like we all did next to Able Sisters. Now here we are up at Able Sisters. I didn't decorate this too much because I just didn't know what I wanted to do with it. I'd already put this on the side and left this big gap here, but I feel like it doesn't matter. It kind of looks really cute there. Also realizing that I have 2 benches. Oh well. It's fine, it's okay. In front of Able Sisters is a cute little park. We all used to do these too, I'm pretty sure. By the way, let me know what's your favorite build to do on your island. Let me know. Let's head on over to this side because this is a little parking spot. So you can park your scooters or your bike here. I had to have a parking spot somewhere, and I didn't want to use the cars because they felt too big. They felt too big to use, and I wanted to go with bikes. And obviously I love the cruiser bike and scooters. And yes, they came in the 2.0 update, but I definitely feel like they don't feel as out of place as what I think a car would have felt here. And that's just my thought process. To the right here, we have a cute little duck feeding area. You can just walk on up here, come feed the duckies. There is ducks everywhere. Of course there is, little ducks. I can't believe I did a duck build and I forgot to get the ducks. I had to get these for the next build. You'll see it if you watch it. But there we go. That's the first part. I think now what I want to do is walk back down here to Beau's house and head across this bridge. Heading across the bridge we go, and we get to another part of the beach, which I did decorate. Just somewhere to enjoy an ice cream or an ice lolly. Watch the surfers. I don't know, or Sahara's here. This bit over here is for you to just play some volleyball, and it's actually connected to the campsite. So I dragged the campsite onto the beach as well. I didn't decorate my dock. I just didn't want to. I kind of like leaving it plain because I didn't want to overdo it and then you can't use Captain, because the idea of a Normcore island was that everything was still accessible, like easily accessible. So I wanted to leave Captain accessible. But look at this cute little campsite. Oh my gosh, I love it. And you can actually go onto the land as well, and there's more campsite. Oh, I'm realizing I didn't scan a villager in, so I must remember to do that. It doesn't matter who it is, but I wanted to make this bit feel a little bit more overgrown, and I think I achieved that with just the flowers. I did have weeds too, but I did go around and pick all those up just because I thought it made it a little bit messy, and I thought Isabel didn't like the weeds and wouldn't give me 5 stars, so I'm not gonna risk it. There's a cute little swinging bench here, and you can see there's a little pond behind too, and also some scooter and bike parking again, because you need somewhere to park your bikes when you're going camping. Back here is sweet little Molly's house. She lives by a pond, of course she does, and she lives on the campsite. I mean, she might even be in charge of the campsite. Who knows? She might be. She might run it. So that's why she lives right here. I also dragged the flowers all the way to her house as well, so it's got a little bit more of an overgrown flower field to it. And then to the left, there's a cute little football field. We definitely did these on our island quite often, and I still see them quite often now, but they're done in so many different ways, and they're just so good. Like, they make a nice filler idea. It's just something to fill any space, really. If you've got a rectangular space you need to fill, put a football field in. It works. Over here was where I was just layering some farm items. I really like like how these look. I feel like though they're not very normcore. I'm going to admit that. This isn't a very normcore looking part to the island. Is it just more like a modern normcore section? Maybe that's what it is. Let's carry on back here though, past Molly's house and through here, and you can find the orchard. I had to do an orchard. I feel like it was in the rule books for me to do an orchard. If I didn't do an orchard, I'd feel like I'd be breaking all the Normcore rules. Of course, there is 3 of each fruit and they're all in a perfect line. Look at that. I would have loved to have done a bigger area, but I just didn't have the space. Because I wasn't terraforming, I had so much more I wanted to fit in. So I decided to go with the smaller orchard, and I like it. On the beach is somewhere just to enjoy some apple pie and a little bit of an apple drink. So yeah, that came out cute too. To the left side is a farm, and this is Molly's little farm. She's a busy duck. She runs the campsite. She runs the farm. She's busy. She's a busy little ducky. But look at this. This came out so cute too. I've got each vegetable except the pumpkins just lined in cute little squares. Of course, if I was living off this and I was using this for bells IRL, I would probably make it bigger, but I think it came out good. You know, for someone who's just doing this as a decoration purpose rather than bell making, I like how it came out. Now I'm just deciding we're gonna go this way, I think. So behind the orchard and up this incline we go is a little bit more of an overgrown area again, and this is actually Dobie's area. He's got a little seating area here, which was a nice filler too. Walk around, he's got a bench to admire the water, the little pond, and here's his house. He's got a little camping bit outside, which I did this a couple of times on different villager houses. I'm realizing now that I've finished, I'm like, oh, I've done that. But I feel like repeating some of the builds was what we did. We did that with Normcore. He also has his own little botanical garden area. We did these mainly with simple panels. They were kind of like little square rectangular areas made from simple panels. Because I didn't have custom codes, I couldn't really use simple panels because they would have looked a little bit strange. So I decided to take my own little approach to it. And to be honest, I absolutely adore it. I do. Another one of my favorite areas. Past Dobie's house we go, and we come to an apple orchard. I just needed a space filler. I did. I'm not gonna lie. Needed something to fill the space. Apple orchard was where it was at. But if you go through the forest area, you actually get to Teddy's house. I was gonna call him Eric. This isn't Eric, this is Teddy. Teddy is a jock villager, so I had to give him a little gym sort of thing outside. You can pick up this if you wish, and you can use the little dumbbell, take some cute photos. Also, he can play basketball, but he also is the island's wood chopper, logger, lumberjack. I don't know what you'd call it. He's one of those. He cuts down the logs for the island so that they have wood, a wood supply. And that's what his role is. And his house came out so precious. I'm so happy with it. I'm happy with all of this island, to be fair. Now, before we head, actually, no, we are going to head up here. Don't worry, because this leads to my house. My house has, of course, the cruiser bike and the barrels outside because I can't resist them. And I also decided to do a little DIY section. So we always used to have these because it was just handy to have an area where you could quickly pick up the wood and make something quickly and keep it topped up. Plus it looked adorable, you know, it looked like we were ready and efficient. But I could also fence this off if I wanted to. I could put a piece of fencing here or a piece of fencing here or fencing across here so that if I had anyone over to the island, they couldn't steal my materials. And thanks to the 2.0 update, we have a storage shed, which I think is what made these areas be built less and less, because we didn't need to worry about having the stuff laid out on our islands because we could just access the storage shed anywhere now. And so I think that's why we saw less of these types of areas, which is a shame, but also it made life easier. Next to my house, I have a little seating area. I wasn't sure if I was going to put something here and just decided not to in the end. I think it just looks nice, just open. I like it. I think it looks cute. Next to this area though, we have a little observatory area. It's just an area where you do a little bit of stargazing. The stars will be falling. You can see the stars. I can't actually get to it, but if you want to, you can sit on this cushion and just kind of pretend you're looking. Just in front of our little seating area, we have a little pumpkin patch. Honestly, didn't know what else to put in this area, and then my brain was like, hey, you like pumpkins? I only had yellow and white pumpkins and green pumpkins in my storage, so it was very strange. No orange pumpkins, but I'm not going to complain. It matches my flowers. I also have a little seating area with a snapping turtle. Not seating, but fishing. With a snapping turtle. I think he's waiting for the fish. He's like, give me the fish. Let's go back down this incline and then we can head to the left. So to match up with the little apple orchard, I made a little picnic area. So here you can come and enjoy a picnic. Oh, by the way, so many of you were fascinated with this. This is the Apple TV. See, it's just It's just a TV. And basically I've just spun it round. So it looks like a little apple sign. And then you can enjoy apple jam, apple juice, apple picnic, whatever. Really, whatever you want. Apple pie, whatever you like. Okay, this bit here was so difficult because as you can see, it was a very weird shape and I had to kind of just do my best with it. I like it. It doesn't bug me, so I feel like I've won in that sense. It was very awkward to try and figure out what to do, but because I couldn't terraform, I had to just make do. I had to just make do of it. But let's head down this incline. So this leads to little Goldie's house, and Goldie has a special area because she has a flower breeding area. The idea for this was I've already bred all the flowers. I just want to lay them out so that if I wanted to get another pink mum, I could just water the pink mum and it would breed. That was the plan. That was the idea because I did have these on my island quite frequently. As soon as I bred all the flowers on my original island, I just made little farms like this on every single one of them. So yeah, I had to do it. So here we have red, white, yellow and pink. Over this side we have blue, black, purple and orange. And then just here we have the little grey mums. Now this path down here leads back to Molly's garden. I just thought I'd show you. So we did kind of make some little patchwork path and I like it. Oh, and obviously the gold roses. I couldn't leave the gold roses out. I'm gonna head back over this bridge and I want to go behind resident services because we did have another bridge over this way. So we're back at the gas station at Nook's Cranny and you can head over this bridge. There is an easier way, but I wanted to take you this way because it's just the best way for me to show you. So we have a house there, but first things first, we're going to go to the left because this is Fauna's house. She's our little island artist. She does some painting, pottery. She's also got a little spot on the beach where she does some drawing and I think it's so cute. I think if I had access to custom codes, I would have put blankets on the floor and given her a cute little blanket painting area. But of course, this challenge meant that I can't do that. Honestly though, this might be one of my favorite yards I've ever done. Next door to Fauna is Raymond. Raymond normally gets a little office area or something, so I decided to give him a little post office. This was the build that made me realize how much I missed custom codes, because I was thinking if I had custom codes, I could customize a simple panel to have little, letters on or little post boxes and stuff, and yeah, I would have done that. I also would have used the steel trash cans, put little custom codes on those. Cushions would have been made to look like little parcels. So yeah, I had to try my best, and I think I did okay. These are the little gift piles, by the way. I know some of you have asked me about these. These are the gift piles that you get from Jingle, I believe on Toy Day. He gives you the DIY and then you can make these, and this is one of the customizations. It was just too perfect. It matches Raymond's house aesthetic and it matches the idea of a post office. Next door to Raymond, we come to Marshall. Marshall had to have a cafe. I feel like he just had to. If I didn't make him a cafe, I would have questioned myself because inside his house actually looks like a cafe and I wanted to bring it outside. Originally, I was going to put some in-game wood pathing down, but I just didn't like it. I didn't like it on the floor here, so I decided to just go with grass. And I'm glad I did because I like it even more. Oh, there's Fauna. Hello. So here's that bridge I was talking about that leads you over to the flower garden. So you can just walk across there if you wish to, but we're going to go up this way. And here we got a little seating area where you can grab a snack. We all had these little areas where you could just see the vending machines and get a snack and sit down, so it was a good filler idea. Also, I did put these steel trash cans up here, which I was hoping they would look like post boxes, but they don't. They just look like bins, so they're bins. Over this bridge we get to a lovely little villager called Maple's house. She of course had to have a honey farm or a beehive area, whatever you wish to call it. She's got little jars of honey over here sat on this stool, little washing area, little beehives everywhere, and there she is. Oh my gosh, she's so cute. She's just a little honey bear, and she actually has an angle bridge that leads back over to here and leads to that weird part of the pathway that I didn't know what to do with, which then also leads down to the flower garden. So everything's connected quite nicely. But going back across this bridge to our little vending machine area, we're going to head to the left, and this is my walkway, which I wanted to stick Lily of the Valleys here, but as you know from yesterday's video, we didn't get any more Lily of the Valleys grow. If you want to know why, go watch yesterday's video. I was a bit upset. I was like, oh, I really want to stick Lily of the Valleys all the way down here, but we didn't get any more. I was going to go grab some more from a treasure island, but I felt bad. So I was like, no, only going to have ones that grow on the island go there. And we only got one, which is a shame, but it's okay. But this is a nice little walkway up to our last villager, and that is Eric's house. Eric's yard is cute. it's just cute. He's a little bug catcher on the island, and I had to give him a little clothesline area, of course, because most of the villages I think have a clothesline on this island. I'd say at least 50% of them. He's got an area to watch the fish in the water, bug catching things, and I know I could have used bug models. I think I said this in the video. I know I could have used bug models, but I really liked the idea of having the live bugs, because the bug models are fun, but they look like models because they are models, and so I didn't want to use them. I like it when you use butterflies though for butterfly gardens, because that makes sense. For this one, I didn't want to use that. Next to the side of his little bug research area, he has just an outdoor area to sit, enjoy the campfire, pretzels, fries, a good read, bug catching, whatever he wishes. Of course, I had to add the nets, the cute little nets. And that is Eric's house. And I think with that, to be honest, we have finished. We have finished the island. We have finished the tour. Now I think it's time to have a little bit of a reflection time. We're just going to walk around while I talk, because I'm a yapper, by the way. I like to talk a lot. So this island, I had fun. I had so much fun building this. A couple of things though. Number one, yes, this was very refreshing, very nostalgic. I definitely would do Normcore again, but probably not in 14 days. That was the unrealistic part of this. 14 days to build a whole island is a lot. It was a lot to do. I did it. Of course I did it, but it was just a lot to do. If I didn't have access to Treasure Islands, I probably wouldn't have been able to do this just because of IRL time and stuff like that. Do I feel like I've refreshed? Yes. I'm definitely refreshed from this island, so that's a good thing. I'm definitely going to take away some points of this island and use them in the future, like less flowers. Less flowers is a definite. I'm going to use less flowers. Also, beach decoration. Don't leave it all to the last minute so that I have to do it all in one go. I think doing it piece by piece might help me. I'm going to try that on my next island. And don't be afraid to have gaps. Don't be afraid to have big old gaps like this, because they look pretty. They look more natural. It looks more airy. It looks more spacious. So there's another point. Also, another point is I'm going to use custom codes. I miss them, but I'm definitely going to start using the in-game path a little bit more, especially this dirt one. I'm obsessed. Like, I love this. I used to use this all the time with borders or patches on it, and I love it. I actually think I used it on Lovebug, my Valentine's Island that I built earlier this year. Go check it out if you want to go see the series. It was super fun. I think overall what I'm going to take away from this island is sometimes less is more. Don't put pressure on myself to make something look too detailed, because like I said, less is more sometimes, and it looks good. I think clutter is nice, but I think sometimes minimalistic is also nice as well. Another thing I'm going to take away from this island is definitely take my time more. Doing this in 14 days was a lot to do. I think mainly because of the editing as well on top and making the videos. Obviously, otherwise I feel like it would have been okay. It might not have been as so bad, but just Treasure Island trips and factoring everything in, it takes a long time. But overall, I had a blast and everyone seemed to enjoy it as well. Would I return back to Normcore? Yes. Yes, I probably would. I'd probably do it again. Maybe a different way, different style, maybe a different way to play. Maybe I'll go back to playing it like I did in 2020. Maybe. Who knows? But there it is. That's what we have for now. But there we have it. We have finished my island bean. I will be posting the dream address for you in the description down below and probably on the screen. It probably would have popped up at the beginning. So let me know. Let me know your thoughts. Do you like Normcore? Are you going to do Normcore? Which is your favorite build for Normcore? Let me know your thoughts. And I just want to say also, thank you so much for 20,000 subscribers. That's absolutely insanely crazy. Thank you so much. You've made me so happy. And just everyone who's been so supportive on everything that I do. Thank you so much. But I am going to take a little bit of an Animal Crossing break, probably maybe a week. I don't know. Maybe there'll be some tours or something, but I'm going to take a little bit of a week to, take some time off from building. I hope that's okay. But thank you so much everyone who watched this series. Don't forget, if you did enjoy today's episode and series, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Come join the Jelly Bean family. Have the loveliest of days, and I will see you in my next one. Goodbye.